fortunately for us, we are joined this morning, Captain Travis Thompson in the studio. Yes, we are going to talk a lot about the word yes. Voting yes on 2 if you haven't been out to vote yet. Hot topic for us, as it has been really for the better part of the year, actually. For me, it seemed to really ramp up at ICAST with you two knotheads. We had a good time. And
Mike almost killed a guy.
Listen,
I was behind him carrying like a banner. It was like we were going to war.
You were carrying a banner, and Captain Bobby Woodard had his phone out to videotape it.
He was yelling
for the
deposition.
To be fair, you can't just say Cap Mike was going to kill somebody without letting people know that that person was asking for it.
Yeah, he was deserving.
It was by request. We don't just randomly.
It was for the people.
Yeah, we don't just randomly.
Yeah.
We don't just randomly try to assault people. I mean, they have to ask for it.
Yes.
So, anyway, lots of stuff to talk about. What are we looking like for weather, dog?
Man,
breezy, a little breezy still.
It could
Real breezy, baby.
It could potentially get a little tropical midweek here in the Gulf, but it's something that we don't have to worry too much about, thankfully. The Gulf is a lot different. A lot of people are freaked out. They've got hurricane fatigue, and I understand that. I do too.
100%. Yeah.
I do too, but the good thing is the ocean heat content of the Gulf of Mexico is much lower. There's not a lot of fuel there. If this thing does potentially make it into the Gulf, it's actually going to weaken pretty quickly. So I would guesstimate that around midweek, potentially, you have that chance of something tropical making it near us, but it's most likely going to be like depression, tropical storm-ish, and most of the models have it pretty far away from us. So we're going to have a windy, wet midweek time frame, but besides that, weather looks really good for this upcoming weekend. It's decent for the next couple days. It's still pretty breezy. That high pressure east wind, easterly flow is definitely settled in and not going anywhere. And it's kind of a good thing, kind of keeping everything off the beach for us.
Yeah.
And so I would say overall we're on the backside of a new moon. We got a lot of flowing water. Fishing's been really good. I would imagine should stay pretty good through this weekend. And then it'll all depend what happens with that tropical system as far as what exactly the weather does midweek. But for the weekend, the first part of the work week, you've got that strong east flow, and you've got plenty of moving water, so get out and get it while you can.
Incoming tide should be the bite for sure. Our weather update brought to you by our good friends at Reese Windows and Doors, Florida's leading window and door company, over 50 years of business. Free installation, most windows and doors installed in just 6 weeks. They only use in-house installers, no freelance contractors, and their work comes with a double lifetime warranty, which, what does that mean for you? That means you never pay for warranty, and when you sell your house, the warranty transfers to the new owners, which adds value to your home. Visit ReeseWindows.com for more information. Remember to text the word. Actually, I think that might have ended in October. I'm not sure if that's still going. Jeff didn't send me an update on that, but you might as well text them anyway, just in case I'm wrong. But
you could potentially win.
You could, and all you're doing is texting the word happy, and most of us text several times a day, so texting the word happy, H-A-P-P-Y, to 20129 could win you $15,000 in hurricane impact windows, which personally I need on my house.
Same.
Yeah.
After
it's
after
legit.
being boarded up. Yeah, legit.
Yeah. I don't have
good.
the hurricane windows. I have the step below, but it's a nice sign of relief, right?
Yeah.
Luxury.
Yeah. Definitely don't have to stress as much.
Yeah, for sure. I get it. I totally get it. So lots of stuff to talk about. I've got an event this morning running out of the getaway for Habitat for Humanity, so looking forward to doing that and getting that kind of off the ground, getting back rolling here with some of these group events, some of these charity events. And like I mentioned, we got our good friend Captain Travis Thompson in studio. And
speaking of charity, we got Fishing for Hope coming up.
That's right. We
November
do. I was
23rd.
thinking about that midweek. Yeah, that's very cool. That's going to be Saturday, always the Saturday before Thanksgiving. And always look forward to that event. Captain Bill Miller started this thing years ago with Metropolitan Ministries. I think we have some, with your help, go figure, the great D Hubs involved deeply in this thing. I think we got the Pro Marine guys back involved and the Old Salts back involved.
Old Salts are definitely back involved. I haven't had a chance to follow up with Jim Nassett. I was planning to, and then we had these things called hurricanes come, and I didn't want to bother him. He was a little busy. But now they have King of the Beach coming up at Pro Marine, which will be interesting. Super excited about that. And we're going to have the Old Salts people on the show tomorrow night talking about their new location at Pro Marine and kind of how the new King of the Beach look is going to play out. So we're excited about that. But post King of the Beach drama, I'm going to get with Jim, and hopefully we'll have the boat there.
Yeah, he'll always Jim Nassett is one of the finest human beings I've ever met. A lot of you that have been listening to the show for years know that I am a huge fan of Pro Marine, and Jim Nassett is at the core of that because of who he is as a business owner, the way he treats people in general. He's just a phenomenal human. I know that he will be involved if he can be. It's a great event. Again, Saturday morning, November 23rd, we're going to be at the Metropolitan Ministries Holiday Tent.
2609 North Rome Avenue in Tampa. Same address, same place every year. It's 9 a.m. to 1. Come out and see us. It's a toy drive and a food drive, so you can bring by unwrapped new toys, or you can bring by the typical food drive food, turkeys, hams,
Very cool.
canned goods, dry goods.
We always try to put up a really good showing with this event, and we normally do. You guys usually roll in and see us that morning. Myself, I'll be there. Got Bill Miller's going to be there. D. Hubbs is going to be there. Imagine we'll have a Ben Marshall sighting too, maybe a Mike Mahoney too. Mahoney's is open on Saturday morning, so sometimes that gets tough on Mike, but, you know.
He's not there.
He's there, but, you know how he is. He's Mike Mahoney, so.
Yeah.
Hard to tell, but we again, usually the who's who of the fishing industry for Tampa Bay does show up. Again, it's going to be great to have Old Salts there again. They're an extremely impressive organization. I've talked really, really highly about them for many, many years. What they do with the kingfish tournaments is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous, bro. 4 or 5, 600 boats, whatever.
It's cool that it's going to be at Pro Marine this year. It's November 7th is the captain's meeting. November 9th is the actual tournament, and they're going to be bringing fish into the tiki docks there at Bay Pines Marina.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so they're going to come in, and then they're going to shuttle people over by golf cart to the weigh-in. And there's a ton of parking down that road next to Pro Marine. So there'll be plenty of areas to pull in and park. It'll be a cool event and great to get back to a sense of normalcy.
It's very nice of Jim Nassett to get involved and help them out because there was no way that they could do it at their normal location. So because of the storm, so it's pretty cool that for the fishing community, the King of the Beach is a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a big deal. Whether you're an inshore guy or an offshore guy, whatever you're.
I don't kingfish. I don't
either, and I've heard of King of the Beach for a billion years.
And I love going there.
I kingfish whenever possible. Obviously, I'm in the 26 Bay, so I got to get the weather right.
You
but
hear
it's
that
phenomenal.
name drop? I'm in that 26 Bay.
Well, it's not a name drop. I'm in a 26-foot bay boat, so
I've also got an 18-foot KO.
I can't do the
Have
long.
you seen my truck?
I can't do the long run thing, but when in the fall when you get those nice days and you can get on that hard bottom off the beach. For an inshore guy who's chasing redfish, snook, and trout every day, it's a really nice change. If you've been doing the guide thing a long time, it's a nice change for a lot of your customers. They show up in the morning and you're like, hey, what's the plan? Well, I got the kingfish rods and we got a flat day. What do you want to do? When you get out there and that kingfish bite goes off, you get in them schoolies of, anywhere from 10 to 20 pounders. I mean, it doesn't get much better.
Yeah.
I mean, as a fishing guide, you have a great morning. It's usually a bloodbath. You end up having to scrub the boat pretty good, but it's what big Spanish mackerel.
Yeah.
Lots of times we'll get the big schools of, breeder redfish that come through that hard bottom this time of year. It's a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, bottom fishing is always my favorite, but getting out there and either drifting or anchored up and heavy chumming and getting those fish skyrocketing all over the place, it's pretty exciting.
Missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. It's pretty, it's sexy. I like it. I do. I like it. And we don't get to do it. I don't get to do it as much as I'd like to because, again, being a bay boat guy, it's a little, sometimes it can get a little, we do have the 32 this year, so we could get a little more involved in it, but I'm not guiding out of the 32. I couldn't. You said the 26 and the 18, and I felt that my 32 was like feeling hurt. Like we didn't include it in the conversation. It has feelings. It's a contender.
Right. I'm sorry. I forgot to mention it.
Got to take care of your boats, dog. You know how they are.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to this. I haven't had a chance to sit in. I've listened in my travels when I'm not here, and Dylan's running the show, and Captain Travis is joining us, so I was excited that I was going to be able to be here this morning and sit in with you. How do you feel things are going with our Yes on 2? Are you getting any read on, with the early voting and all that? Is there any kind of indicators? I mean, is there a national poll going like there is for the president?
No, there's no national. No one polls on the right to fish and hunt in Florida, really. Like it's. But I can tell you what you see, and that's grassroots. Like that's the people that we talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see the division online, and I say it's like the umpire in a baseball game, right? You only hear about the bad calls. You only hear the kind of from the noisy people. The vast majority of people aren't going to go leave a comment and say, "Hey, I went and voted for that today."
Right.
So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling as good as I can. I feel like we've done like as much as we can do. We continue to push it, but real conversations. We were in a text with Bobby Woodard, our friend Captain Bobby Woodard. And he was like, man, he just got a text from somebody that said, 15 people in my family are voting yes because you told us about this amendment. And so I get 20 of those texts a day.
Yeah.
Like from various people around the state, people I don't know, different parties, unaffiliated with any party, saying, hey, my family went and we all voted yes on 2 today. So that kind of stuff I take pretty good encouragement because it's not stuff you would see on social media from like a noisy.
I had a couple captains, Bay Area captains who, a couple guys I'll see this morning that are working for me this morning that text me and said, we're supposed to be voting yes on 2? And I'm like, yes on 2. And he's like, well, that's what I thought. And the conversation came up on the boat today, and one of the guys said, I don't know what you're doing, but I've listened to Captain Mike and Captain Dylan, and they're saying yes, so I'm voting yes. And I was like, okay, well, good. Then they're listening. He said, yeah, just to let you know, they're listening, and they're voting yes on 2, which is important.
It was funny. I saw this thing from, I think it was Channel 10 News. They posted like a social media reel on like trying to explain the amendments, and if you vote yes, it means this. If you vote no, it means this. And like it took a long time to explain each one of the amendments until they got to 2. They're like, if you vote yes, you're voting for the constitutional right to hunt and fish.
Did you see it's the simplest amendment in the country?
Yeah.
There's 160 amendments being run around the country. Simplest one's Amendment 2 in Florida.
Has a -2 score as far as like readability.
Grade level is pre-K.
Yeah. So if you are
no wonder so many people are struggling with it.
I know. Right?
Yeah. All of you people that got on my post and are jamming about all this craziness, pre-K. There it is. Pre-K. If you can't figure this one out, God help you. We've been working.
My 4-year-old can help you.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. My 4-year-old grandson can help you. He was Spider-Man for Halloween, just so you know. Okay? He's a bad mamma jamma. A great friend, Derek DeBose, on the other side of the wall. His will be the first voice you hear. Phone lines are open. 1-800-969-9352. Light them up. Captain Travis Thompson in studio. We're talking fishing. We'll be back. Hey, Andrews, the best fishing charters in the Bay Area out of Hubbard's Marina.
It wasn't even a.
It was some lady. Yeah. It's off.
Oh, no, that one.
It's off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dude, my light colors changed.
Yeah, right.
I had some real dingbats on that one I had going.
Yeah. No, it was Ballotpedia. Like the source for all things.
Really?
Ballotpedia said it's a -2. They go and measure every
that's
ballot amendment in the country. So, I mean, it scored really easy.
Yeah.
And the amendment and the ballot language are the same.
I was going to share that video because she goes through it and she's talking about all these national amendments, and she says how it's a -2 score for Amendment 2. And I was going to share the video, but then I was like, well, putting my shoes in the pre-K for people that are voting no already or who are contesting this, they'll see that, oh, it got a negative score. I'm not voting for it. See, I told you not to vote. So I didn't share it because of that, because it was so easily misinterpreted. But if you actually listen and comprehend,
part of the problem.
you can understand that the -2 score meant it was easy to read.
Well, I got some thoughts on that too that we'll discuss. Having Travis in here, I want to get his take on my thoughts on that craziness.
This is how. Let's see. So they're up 11.6% overall in ballots cast at this point.
What does that mean?
Republicans versus Democrats in the state.
There's a plus 11.5 margin
got you.
for ours right now.
I wonder if that's good or not.
So this has the language that we tested has pretty good support. Like when you think about how many people don't do research, don't live online.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
I was shocked how many captains
oh
were
my
calling
gosh.
me. I'm like, dude, really?
Oh my
Is this
gosh.
disconnected from this bitch?
Yep.
Yeah.
You
It's
know what I mean?
unbelievable.
Well, and again, it isn't. I could have understood it more had we collectively, as a group, had I just started talking about it. You and I, Mahoney and Ben and I, just started talking about
Last week.
it last week or a month ago.
Yeah.
We've been on this bitch since fucking ICAST.
You
Like,
guys-
we've been on it before.
You and I talked on. Well, we've been talking on this show.
A year and a half.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
year and a half.
long time. That's
Like
what I'm
every
saying.
time
Right.
I've been on it, he's brought
Oh,
it up.
100%. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's really important. And again, it obviously ramped up as we got closer to the
Yeah.
election, but still.
I think our first call on Yes on 2 was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's crazy, dude.
Definitely the longest term project I've been a part of.
I am ready for it to be over.
When I'm just I'm just so impatient with people and like the cosmic ignorance. I'm like, how many times do I have to tell you? There's nothing hidden on this one. Stop it. Stop it. Because they're like, no, dude, you got to read it.
Yeah.
It's in there. You can tell right away. I'm like,
I did some
What
research.
are you reading?
And the NRA is behind it.
yes,
or that, and I'm
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
Really? Like, where did you do that research? Because I've sat in 1,000 meetings and not once has the NRA been involved in this.
Unbelievable. It really is painful, man.
Oh my God.
Like, you people are hurting my brain.
Commercial foreign
Oh.
special interests. I'm like, yes. In the free state of Florida where we can't watch TikTok at universities, we've allowed China to come in and run a bill to pillage our seas. That passes the
Yeah,
reasonableness test.
it's so bad, dude. So
God
bad.
almighty.
We can't watch TikTok.
Like, seriously, like if TikTok said Chinese communist, like, and we can't watch it at our schools and universities, you think the government said, we're not going to do that, but we're definitely going to do this?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, I mean, let's not put anything past our government.
Yeah.
Not the brightest group on the planet.
You got that right.
It's not the brightest group on the planet.
That was, you see Wickstrom's argument?
Oh, dude, don't get me started on Florida sportsmen. Dumbest move ever.
He is.
I called him. I said, don't mention Hubbard's Marina in Florida Sportsman Magazine. Take all my stuff out of it. I don't want to be affiliated with you guys. So annoying.
He said, I don't trust the legislature, and they brought this forward. Plus, it's already defended in a statute governed by the legislature. So we're not supposed to trust the legislature except with the right to fish and hunt. And in that case, you're okay with it as Florida sportsman. Jesus.
Yeah. Definitely a circular argument.
Welcome back. 624 here at the iHeart.
Media Empire. Putting a big shout out to our friends at Affordable Roofing Systems. I know a lot of you possibly could still be struggling with some roof damage, whether you need a whole roof or just repairs from the storms. Nobody does it better than our friends at Affordable Roofing Systems. Over 3 decades of roofing experience, defined by integrity, respect, and honesty. D. Hubbs, Capt. Big Ben Marshall, both had their roofs done. I'm telling you, David Torres, the people at Affordable Roofing Systems are the best. Absolutely the best. Give them a call today at 1-888-397-ROOF. You get a free estimate. Visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com. I had a little bit of damage. They're coming out to take care of the damage on my roof as well. So super good people over there. So Captain Travis Thompson in studio here. We got a short segment for the bottom of the hour. I wanted to talk about this because I was thinking about this all week, and I know it's a button pusher for me, so we might as well kick this thing off right. It's 6:25 in the morning. But because I was so frustrated, so I put my posts up, social media nonsense, which I hate, but we do. You put the post up, vote yes on 2, and you get all these clowns, and I call them clowns, and I guess I probably shouldn't. It's not nice, but you get all this craziness coming at me about, God, I read it, dude. This is bad. Like, I don't understand. How could you possibly vote yes on this thing? It's horrible. So, but it dawned on me through this whole process. And again, we had a whole bunch of people that are like, hey, I already voted. We got it. Yes on 2. And then I had several other people that were like, no way, dude, this is bad. We got the net ban coming back, and FWC gives them too much power. It's in the, and I'm like, where are you reading this? Here's the sad part about this. As you said, you have somebody who analyzes these amendments for the whole country, saying this is the least verbal amendment
across the whole entire country.
Easiest.
Right?
Had the least number of words.
And we as Americans in Florida go absolutely bat crap crazy over this thing. Like, where's it hidden? Where's the bad stuff? There's got to be bad stuff. Where have we come as a society where everything we read coming from our government or that's going to cross a government desk, that we have to panic that there's something hidden in there that's going to bite us in the keister?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it like that? That's pathetic. Those people work for us.
Mm-hmm.
We have to wake up as a society and vote correctly to get the clowns out of Washington. So this isn't the way we live. Why are we fearful of taking a shot in the back every time we turn around from our own government, who, by the way, we pay? They work for us.
This went far off.
No, like one of the things
but I
we're talking
understand
about.
where you're coming from.
You follow me?
Yeah, I agree.
When we were going through the process, like we took stakeholders to Tallahassee, we met with legislators and everything to get the language right.
Sure.
We were going through the process. One of the things I was so insistent on, Mike Elfenbein was insistent on it, I was insistent on it. We wanted the ballot language to be as close to the amendment language as possible. They're identical. They're identical because similar, you look at some other amendments and there's, you got to boil it down for the ballot.
Sure.
And then you have 4 pages of addendums that you got to read through. And who does that?
Right.
No, and then do you understand? And the average is a bachelor's degree level or higher for amendments to be written. This is written at the simplest language it can be written in. It's easy to understand because of that exact thing. People are distrustful of the government.
Sure.
We wanted to make it as easy as possible to try to get this done.
That's why I liked it so much.
Mhm.
It's the one thing that, and again,
'Cause you understood it.
Well, that too, 100%. Thank you for that shot. I teed you up nicely there, didn't I? Jackwagon.
Home run.
This week's Jackwagon of the week,
Captain Dylan Hubbard.
No, but I mean, that, and I'm the same way. You guys have been listening to me for way too long. I get it. You know how I am. I don't like our government's nonsense. I don't like nonsense, period. I just don't like this distrust that we have with the people that we're paying to lead us. So that's where my heart was on this thing and why it was so easy to come on board. I'm like, hold on a minute. There's no, there's nothing on the backs. Like, they're saying the money's going for education, but on the backside, 3 amendments pull half the money over here to, feed Guatemala or some craziness. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that part alone should put you in a safe place. This one is clean, cut and dry. Vote yes
Very
on
rare the ballot language matches the amendment.
Yeah. Go figure. Okay. Well, there's my little rant for the morning. I'm good.
Got it out of your system.
All right, I'm leaving this.
Hour and a half left. Oh, you won't get another one?
I might.
We'll see.
I won't let you down, Travis.
We have a golf council coming up this week.
Oh,
heck yeah.
nice. So we'll have one next week, too.
Yeah, we're good.
Good stuff. Remember to check out our good friends at Relentless Perpetual Edge Knives. You're looking for a great holiday gift this season? Go to relentlessknivesusa.com. Self-sharpening knives. They sharpen as they cut. Absolutely cutting-edge technology. Check them out today. We'll be back 970 WFLA.
From the local Lexus dealers, WFLA News Desk. This is News Radio WFLA. The headlines you care about. Top and bottom of every hour. Streaming live on the free app.
It's like you've done this
I'm
before.
on a roll.
The FBI has arrested Nathaniel Holmes of Jacksonville for threats to kill members of the Jewish and African American communities.
That's
News
nice.
4
What a
Jacksonville
nice
crime expert
Classic.
Steve Magney.
That's the kind of hate, that's the kind of threat that
Yeah.
manifests
If we don't lock this kind of thing down,
traumatic things.
like right to fishing on it, doesn't seem big in like the grand scheme. I mean, it's big to us because we're all fishermen, anglers. Like, it doesn't seem big in the grand scheme of the world. Like, oh, there's people dying, there's this, there's immigration, economy, everything else. You don't lock this kind of stuff down, man. Do you know what that leads to?
100%.
You can't
Like, I'm not trying to fear monger.
No,
I'm
no,
saying,
no,
like,
no,
you know what it leads
100%.
to? Like,
Bro, listen. Do you not listen to me? I'm
oh, I know.
If Mike couldn't hunt and fish, you think he's bad now.
be really bad. If I can go sit in a tree somewhere, it's not good. I'm a little bummed because I'm supposed to go next week.
Did you see the conversation with Ron Paul and Elon on Twitter?
No.
Yeah. Dude, I think Elon brought it up, but he was basically like, you know how Elon's supposed to create this government task force to slash the government? Elon was like, it'd be really cool if Ron Paul joined us. Ron Paul responded back on Twitter, we could talk about it.
Really?
Yes. Imagine if Ron Paul joined forces.
With Elon,
So you had
on efficiency.
RFK, Elon, and Ron Paul all
My
working
gosh.
together. That'd be a wild.
It'd be like a secretary and the
libertarians-
white, and then the president. That would be it.
Yeah. The libertarians of the world are just jumping for joy right
Yeah,
now.
there'd be someone at the front desk.
Yeah.
And the president.
Gut the federal government. Eviscerate it. It's so beautiful.
I mean, dude, all they do is cost us money, basically. At this point, ain't doing shit. It costs us money.
Yeah.
I was
Start
thinking about
running
it.
it like a private business.
I was thinking about it on the way in. This is how bad it is. Think about this. Almost the entire country, unless you're just stupid, unless you're just clueless, knows that they're stealing money from us and don't care.
the county commission meeting.
How
So
bad is that?
I was sitting through the county commission meeting, and the county administrator came over and chatted with me for a minute. And him and I, we had our differences. We didn't see eye to eye. We struggled through that whole dredging project thing, and that took years. It's still not done. And he was joking with me. He was like, "You thought our processes were slow and arduous and difficult to navigate." He was like, "I can't figure out FEMA." And he basically, there's a gallery full of people, and these people were like wealthy, educated, knew how to navigate the system. They were out at county commission meetings, speaking eloquently. They had money, like they can fix their houses, but they literally can't fix their house because they can't get the permits, because they can't get inspections, because the county can't get a straight answer from FEMA. The county administrator will talk to FEMA one day and they'll say, "All right, we'll do X, Y, and Z," and then the next day it's A, B, C, and then the next day it's D, E, F. Like they just keep changing the rule book, and so the county doesn't want to move forward because, like in Lee County and Charlotte County, post Irma, post Ian, the county made decisions. Homeowners went out and did this stuff, and then FEMA came in and said, "Nah, you didn't do it right. Tear it all out, and we have to
That's
inspect and start over."
That's insanity.
So, like, literally right now, if your house is flooded, you have to get a demo permit to tear out the drywall and dry it out. Then you have to get an inspection from FEMA. Then FEMA says, "All right, you're good to go." Then the county has to come inspect. Then you have to construct. Then you have to have another inspection.
That's bullshit.
And they can't do this all fast enough.
That's
and they
bullshit.
can't issue the permits fast enough. So people are literally, there's homes filled with water still. It's crazy.
That's horseshit, dude.
And the county is like throwing their hands up like, "Hey, we're trying to work on this, but we can't move forward without FEMA." And FEMA is just dropping
That's
the
horseshit.
ball.
But again,
when the feds are involved, it's a
dude, we pay you.
Yeah. It's
We're
nuts.
suffering, and we write your check.
Mhm.
I'm over it. Oh, dude, that's dirty. Where's that?
That's the dude. That's Wisconsin. That's the dude. He was
Oh.
with us Tuesday.
Where's he from in Wisconsin?
That's
dude?
Thursday. This is from 2 days ago.
What?
Well, then he had to shoot that with what, a muzzle loader? Or bow?
No, I think he
bow.
shot it with his bow.
It must be both.
I think he shot it with his bow.
Because the rifle season isn't open in Wisconsin. It's only open 1 week.
yeah.
It opens
Anyway.
Saturday before Thanksgiving and closes the Sunday night after Thanksgiving.
You weren't available. He invited Lee. That's his place. So you're out. He's in. Wow. Lee just like completely slid behind you there.
Damn. I don't bow hunt. Lee bow hunts. So that's perfect.
Does he? Yeah, I think Wisconsin only has like a 9-day gun season or something like
yeah,
that.
it opens the Saturday before Thanksgiving.
They get out of
closes
school
the
for it.
Sun- Oh yeah, they shut everything down.
They
Whole
shut
state-
everything down.
Whole state shuts down.
Wow.
That ain't no joke.
It's like a holiday.
Yeah, oh yeah. I grew up there. Born and
You
raised.
grew up in Wisconsin?
Yeah, I'm from Oshkosh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, born and raised.
I forget
Yeah,
where he
that's
lives.
what you said, Wisconsin. I'm like, shit. I'm really bummed I missed that guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That
Really
really
good
fun,
guy.
just good conversation.
He used to be the CEO of AFP, Americans for Prosperity.
Oh, okay.
Really good
Yeah,
guy.
that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll
He'll be
make it
back.
down.
He'll be
Yeah,
back.
Maybe they'll make it back down.
He'll be
Maybe
back.
they'll make it back down.
Yeah, he wanted to meet you. He wanted to go see. I don't remember if y'all met at ICAST, John, but he wanted to go see Dylan.
We met in Tallahassee, and then we talked briefly at ICAST.
He bought a big bag of shit at your shop.
Yeah. Shirts and hats. It was cool.
Love it.
Yeah. They're good dudes.
We need more of those.
Yes, we do.
Because right now we have way too many. Our scumbag level's way too high for my tolerance. We need to thin the herd.
You also hear from the scumbags more than anybody else.
Oh yeah, it's always the jackwagons that
Have
are
the loudest voice.
Yeah, the clueless jackwagons normally.
Mike Anderson and Dylan Hubbard.
Welcome back, 636 at the iHeartMedia Empire. The
Bartow Ford Real Animals radio show. Captain Travis Thompson joining us. We're talking voting yes on 2. We're talking fishing. Taking your questions, comments, fishing reports as always. 1-800-969-9352. If you've got any reports, if you're on the water this week, maybe you used a certain boat ramp. If it's open and cleaned up and ready to rock and roll, that information, dropping that on us would be great as well. You can also drop it on one of the live feeds at either realanimals.com or hubbardsmarina.com. We're live on the Facebook feed there as well. So I said .com, but on the Facebook feed there. You can. See,
wow.
You were going to get me too.
I was coming back at you.
First day.
And I dropped it.
He was going to get me.
Dang it. I was fixing the mic over here. I wasn't focused.
I guess not. Man,
Lamb.
it's beautiful.
Amateur hour.
No, it's all good.
It's all right. You'll have that.
I like it when you pull those shenanigans every now and then. That's perfect.
That was B-team stuff.
That's wow. If I thought either one of those was awake and listening, I'd say, wow, that's crazy, but they're probably not. So we're good. Let's go to the phones here. Check in with the aforementioned Captain Bobby Woodard.
There
Bobby,
he is.
how are you, brother?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're doing
Doing good,
man.
buddy.
We're doing good. All I needed was you in here and Dylan to take the day off, and we'd have been good because he's over here trying to jab me.
Just trying to keep him awake. That's all.
Well, you guys are sounding great this morning. I just wanted to call in right quick, and a couple things were on my mind. I don't want to continue to be the dead horse, but obviously the yes on 2, big push between now and Tuesday. You guys have pretty much covered it all, but for anybody listening, I just when this passes, it enshrines the right in the Constitution and perpetuity, and to make it a pre-K level, perpetuity means forever. So it just
Bobby with the heat.
forever. This is not to for those who have already voted yes, we appreciate it. If you haven't voted, we want you to vote yes, obviously. But spread the word. It's a giant push between now and Tuesday. This is your one opportunity to be a part of something that is so much bigger than you. It's a group effort.
You can even hear Bobby's.
People got to realize.
You can hear Bobby's dog in the background
He's
going,
voting
"Yes on 2,
His
yes on
hype
2."
squad. He's got his own hype squad.
But that's what people got to realize. It's a chance to be part of something bigger than yourself. And do something for the greater good. That is a good thing to do.
Locking it in for future generations is what I love. I've got grandkids, 2 grandsons, a granddaughter who is now into shooting, even my granddaughter. So again, it's the opportunity to be able to take them and put them in a tree stand and hunt, to me, is huge. And again, if they only do it once and they're like, "Hey, Grandpa, that's not great, I don't want to do that again," I'm okay with that. But giving them that opportunity to enjoy that and see the world come alive in a tree stand first thing in the morning, or watching the sun set on a beautiful day in your tree stand, it's pretty special. For me, it's special. Having the opportunity to share that with the grandbabies is huge.
I'm a history junkie, and like Roosevelt and conservation, like Theodore Roosevelt, he talked about conservation being the idea that we're protecting resources for generations in the womb of time, meaning your grandkids,
right?
People you're not going to know,
right?
Theoretically, if we pass this, we'll have some level of opportunity to hunt and fish, because we don't know what Florida will look like in 80, 100, 150 years. Like, we don't know.
That's what bothers me about this whole thing. People are like, well, there's no threat to hunting and fishing right now. Or they say, what do we have to worry about? It's not what we have to worry about right now. The whole idea of voting yes on 2 is like what Travis just said. In 80 years from now, how do you think the government's going to look?
But then
how do you think our society is going to look?
You're missing our conversation. You weren't listening. There's been other states where there's been an attempt to take this right away. Yeah. That's what I tell those people. Listen, this ain't new.
Argument,
this ain't new, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We're not the first state in the union to do this.
We'll be the 24th.
How many days have we spent?
There's been attempts here in Florida.
Yeah, how many days have we spent?
Look at recently the Skyway with the Pelicans.
That's what I was going to say. How many days have we spent working on pelicans and everything else in Florida?
Look at closing down fishing areas in Southeast Florida because of the Goliath grouper. That was a opinion, socially
closing
driven.
Catch and release fishing.
Yeah.
Because the dive community wanted to feed the Goliath groupers and pet them. They didn't want people fishing for them.
Yeah.
How about we fish for divers?
100%. But one more point that's very, very, very important to me I'd like to get in before I let you guys go.
Come on.
I just want to say, not to get all sappy here, but this has been a huge honor to be part of. What small part I've played, and the team that's around this is just incredible. The leadership of Travis and Mike and Representative Mello and just everybody who's been dealing, everybody who's been involved, has just been absolutely amazing. And pass or fail, which obviously we hope it's pass, but it's been a fun ride. So let's finish strong.
You've done you've done a big part of it there, brother. Your voice has been huge, calling constantly, working on it nonstop while you've been working on your house and all the things you've had going on in your life. So listen, and I'm just the clown with the microphone, really. I'm just blessed to have a platform to help guys like Captain Travis and Captain Dylan here get the word out. And obviously, to me, it's a no-brainer, easy one to get behind. So we're all blessed. We're all pulling in the right direction. We definitely couldn't have done. If this thing goes through, Captain Bobby Woodard, you take it to heart that you were a big part of the efforts, bro. No doubt about it. Huge.
Amen.
Huge.
He's been lobbying at Lowe's.
Yeah. Every time Bobby goes to Lowe's, he picks up 4 more votes.
Yes.
I don't know how he's doing it.
Lowe's and Home Depot have been a hotbed for me, man. But I'm there like 17 times a day.
Right.
He has a parking spot up front.
Exactly. Yeah, they have veteran parking and then Bobby Woodard parking.
This guy pays our rent.
Bobby, we appreciate your call, brother. I got them stacked up a little bit here. Let me get some of these other calls, but keep up the good work, my man. We got a couple days yet here to pound this thing home.
Awesome. See you guys.
All right, my friend.
See you, buddy.
Bye, Bobby.
That has been one of the fun things about this journey, too. I've met some really cool people. We met some cool people through this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
As you know, I'm so knee-deep in the politics all the time,
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yeah, it's probably
that was too
idea.
easy.
Yeah, let's check in with our good friend Alan in St. Pete. Alan, how are you this morning?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
Fantastic, man. Surrounded by good people here this morning. Life's good. Getting back to fishing. It's all good, buddy.
Yeah, I've been trying, man. I just can't seem to get out. And part of the problem is a lot of the ramps near me aren't open yet. So
yeah, that's a big problem.
I need to find a comprehensive list of what ramps are open, what ones are still closed. I know Bay Pine still looks like it's pretty banged up. Felipe Park's still closed. Safety Harbor's closed.
Guys are using Maximo.
I hear Seminole's open.
Maximo Park as well has been usable. I think the wooden dock side, from what I'm hearing, is a little better than the other side there. But in talking with my guys that are running out of O'Neill's, sort of, they're using Maximo Park to launch.
I know Park Boulevard boat ramp is open. A lot of guys using that one.
Candy boat ramp is wide open. It's in pretty good shape too. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah,
I got to get out and got the itch, but I've been there's a lot going on. I'm sure we all have the same story. A lot going on this time of year. Getting ready for hunting too.
Yes,
if you got an invite to the Hilgeman Ranch, I know we discussed this before, but Luke Hilgeman is my wife's cousin, and I have never gotten an invite to hunt their farm. And I saw Luke shot a big 8-pointer this week, and I'm like, if Mike gets to hunt that farm before I do, I'm going to be really upset.
Mike didn't get the invite because Mike bailed on the fishing trip.
I couldn't do the fishing trip.
Mike couldn't go fishing.
I sent it to Lee Blick, so Blick's going to get the fishing.
Mike.
So no one gets the invite. Good. I don't feel so bad now.
No, I want to be clear, Alan. Even though it's your wife's cousin, I do have the invite, and I am going there because those deer are a monster.
I tell you what, the guy's killing me. He comes down here, he goes to ICAST, he don't even call. And
he don't call, he don't write.
He's inviting Floridians, and he's not inviting me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to give him a ration next time I see him.
He's a great guy, man.
Luke's a great guy. Mike, you'd love him. He played O-line at UW.
Oh, man.
In front of Ron
Badger, too? Oh, really? Oh, yeah, we'd have had a blast, man.
Oh, yeah.
We'd have had a blast on the boat.
Luke's dad is half owner of 2 NASCAR truck teams.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you...
McNally, Hilgeman Racing. And
you look up
this
to
is
Luke,
a good family, just a great family. You'd love it. Yeah, he's a
look up to him?
Oh, yeah. He makes me feel small.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
6'9".
I've ate next to the man. It's an event.
I want to be friends with that guy.
But he's the guy. So he's the CEO of International Order of Theodore Roosevelt, which has been one of the groups that has been like so supportive of us working on. They've been around for a long time. Yeah, and this is their thing. They want states to protect. One of their board members said, I want to know that 100 years from now, a dad can take his kids squirrel hunting on Saturdays. That's it. If we can lock that up, we've protected fishing and hunting.
Right.
Because that's the baseline, right? As long as you go shoot squirrels somewhere,
sure.
Most people want to hunt deer or whatever.
Yeah.
As long as you can protect that, you can protect everything else.
Right. Makes sense.
It's a baseline.
I squirrel hunted as a kid with my dad.
Oh, yeah.
Bunch shooting 22s.
We had
It's
that whole
fun, dude.
conversation with what to do with
I have a
tails,
shirt.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a small world. It's like moving down here from Wisconsin, and being a Floridian, a native Floridian, but living up there for a long time. Kind of got the best of both worlds, and then meeting Mike down here, and then we have the veteran relationship, the daughters that played basketball.
Yeah,
it's just a small world. It really is. And then Luke, obviously being family, it's just like, what are the odds?
Good Lord's got a magical way of bringing good people together, brother. That's how
right.
the good Lord works, my friend.
That's
Amen.
it, man. It's a tight knit community, and it's a fun one to be in.
Yes, sir. Listen, I got them stacked up big here. Always good to hear your voice, my brother. Stay in touch with us, all right?
Yes, sir. Y'all have a great one, and yes on too.
Be safe out there, my friend.
See you, Alan. Thank you.
Bye, Alan.
He is a great guy.
Really good dude.
Yeah, one of our men in blue who protect us. We love that guy. We got Steve in Palm Harbor. We've got Captain Gene Hammond, Gino. Donald in Lutz. We've got Ron at Ron's Tackle Box as well. So we are stacked up.
Loaded down.
Talking fishing. We'll be back 970 WFLA.
He went fishing with you guys?
Yeah, went out on a half day with his buddy.
How's the bite been offshore?
It's crazy, dude. They're jumping in the boat.
Really?
Yeah, it's stupid.
New moon, too. That's
Yeah.
going to help.
Ever since the storm. I mean, it's just been stupid fishing. Like a slow day is an average, what used to be an average day,
That's great.
Wow. Yeah. The other day, the all-day trip took almost 2 hours to cut the fish. They had like 600 plus
Here's
fish
the bonus,
for
too.
a
And
light load.
I hadn't even thought about it, and somebody brought it up to me somewhere.
Mine's off.
Yeah. Oh, yours is off.
So many people in recovery. They're not fishing.
Yeah.
So many people lost their
There's
boats.
not
lost
boats
their
out
docks.
there.
Yeah.
You don't see boats out
No,
there.
that's helping. There's no doubt. That's a positive.
Yeah.
No doubt
Definitely
about
not a
it.
lot of effort. So, just so you know, in case you didn't read it, Mike, James Porter said, "Good morning from the North Georgia mountains. I'm heading to my tree stand right now." So I just wanted to make sure you caught that.
Jimmy Porter, we're no longer friends.
Yeah, that's kind of a jerk comment.
We're no longer friends, Jimmy. Just so you know.
Wanted to make sure you read it.
No reason to rub that in. I don't know why I like Dylan either. You had to point it out. Good luck there, buddy. Enjoy. I know it's not that cold up there.
Yeah, it's super mild, right?
I'm supposed to leave tomorrow or Monday morning, and I'm hesitant to even go because it's really warm. It's going to be
But
like
Carol's
in the
sausage
80s.
will be cold inside.
Oh, Carol sausages.
Well, you can still enjoy the morning hunt because the morning's going to be like 60 degrees, so you could still make it possible. But the guys at camp are saying the leases around us, nobody's seeing much. It's too hot. It makes them lazy. They don't like to move around when it's that warm. So I don't
Understandable.
know. I don't know. I may just, I don't know. I got a lot of stuff I could clean up, like we were talking about before the show. I could just stay in the office for a couple of days, get some stuff done. Because the first 2 weeks of January, if I don't go on this trip, the first 2 weeks of January, I may be non-existent.
Is that the rut?
No, the rut's now.
Oh, is it now?
This
Where you at,
first
Georgia?
week of November for us is usually when it is. That's why I want to be there. But they're not moving. They're just not. I think if it was cold this week, well, I
Jimmy
might
said
already
it's 56 here this morning.
See, that's really warm.
That sounds cold. That sounds real cold to me.
It needs to be in the 40s. If it was in the 40s, at least where I hunt, if it was in the 40s this week, it'd be on.
Crisp. It's got to be crisp.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, it needs to be a little. You know, I'm not in my.
Since when is 40s crisp, bro? That's
For
cold.
deer hunting. You're not.
That's not
Listen,
cold.
you have to be a more rounded sportsman.
I still
gonna
think
get him
40 is cold, regardless of my
It's not cold.
sports
40 is perfect.
roundedness.
Listen, he's never taken a nap in a tree.
the
40
truth.
is the best, bro.
40 is the best for that.
Best napping. It's not too cold, not too warm. You just leap
I don't
like
have
a
the right
rock.
clothes for that.
Oh, it's the best. I got clothes that'll fit you, buddy.
I do too.
We'll get you covered. I got lots of gear.
Good stuff, man. That's
I'd just be sitting in that tree eating Carol's sausage. I'd
Oh,
spend an
Carol's sausage.
exorbitant amount of money there.
Carol's sausage.
I can't tell you what
I've
our
never actually
budget
been there.
is for Carol's sausage every year, but it's high.
Yeah.
Like I'll bet you it's $4 or $5 grand.
Wow, I believe
I
it.
get it.
We
I
cook
would
it
do
every
too.
Saturday morning.
I get it.
I mean, I would eat it religiously, and I've only ever had it brought down from customers that stop by there. You
The
know,
funny thing to me is when somebody
been
will be like, "Hey, Cap Mike, I shot this deer." I'm like, "Oh, cool. You know, where'd you get that one?" "Oh, it's I hunt in Central Georgia." "Oh, really? Where at?" "I'm in Central Georgia." "Oh, you know, we're at whatever town." And then they'll go, "Dude, there's this place up there called Carol's Sausage. You got to try it." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "Have you had the smoked pork chops?" They're like, "Oh, you know it?" I'm like, "How do you not know it, dude?" It's like the best. The best.
that's legit.
Dude, I got my mind blown one time. I picked up the sticks to go sit in a tree, and I always get the pepper jack, and the guy goes, "Do yourself a favor. Put it in the microwave for like 9 seconds." I'm like, mind-blowing, bro. Mind-blowing. Changes the whole game. I'm like, I hadn't even
Oh, yeah.
thought of that.
I love
Melt
doing
the
that.
cheese up a
with
little bit.
with all the sausage. I
Oh,
always pop it in the
so
microwave.
good, bro.
Dylan Hubbard.
Welcome back. Putting a shout out to our good friends at Ace Heating and Cooling. Over 20 years now, Ace Heating and Cooling has been a name you can trust in the heating and air conditioning business in Hillsborough County. Our good friend Chris Myers and his guys service all brands, do residential, commercial repairs, maintenance, and full replacements. They send out technicians, not salespeople. They're trying to build long-lasting customer relationships that hold up over time. Call 813-657-8818 or look them up online at brandonac.net. Find out for yourself why Ace Heating and Cooling is the easy choice for the Real Animals Fishing team. Let's try to get a call or two in here. I'm sorry, guys, we're up against our short break here, but we'll try to get a couple in here. Let's go to Steve in Palm Harbor. Steve, how are you?
Good morning, fellas. Enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Glad you're promoting the Amendment 2 on this year's ballot.
Yes, sir.
Thanks to Dylan for doing the legwork and networking for getting out signs. And more people need to be informed because it's down ballot. And a lot of people may overlook not reading through. And I predict it'll be a long time in the ballot box for everybody to vote on all these amendments because they probably have procrastinated and haven't done their homework. But I'm glad you guys are leading the charge.
Doing the best we can. Thanks for
we
stopping by
appreciate that.
yesterday and he got some signs and some hats yesterday. to
Awesome.
pass out,
Nice.
so.
Good. We need that help.
Well, to have a fishing license, to be able to hunt 24/7 for the equivalent cost of a case of beer or something similar to that, I wish more people would participate. Also, our kids. There was a fellow that was a guy that would always promote take a kid fishing, and that's a very positive activity versus playing video games and
No doubt.
not being outdoors.
Getting them outside, what it's all about. Steve, we appreciate the call, brother. Let me try to get another one in here before the break. You the man. Keep up the good work, Steve. We appreciate you.
Thanks a lot.
You bet.
fellas.
No, thank you.
Bye.
That's great stuff right there. Let's check in with Gino quick. Captain Gene Hammond, my veteran brother. What's going on, kid?
Good morning, Captains. How's it going? How's it
doing
going
good.
this morning?
We're good.
Hey,
man.
good morning.
We're good. We're not as good as you
Out here-
because it sounds like you're going fishing.
I'm out here with a topwater right now, waiting on my veteran.
See?
Love it.
Nice.
Love it.
I figured you were in a
There you
better
go.
place than we were.
Top water
Now you
action
say
in the
veteran,
morning.
Mike. You say veteran, Mike, and I have to remind you that you did raise your right hand for all those jackwagons to say whatever they want to say.
I did.
Too, right?
That's why I'm so passionate about it.
And now he can say whatever he can say, too.
Actually, that's iHeart's fault. That's not my
I
fault.
I'll revert back to our podcast and what my first sergeant told me. Not going to change anything you believe in, and you raised your right hand so they could have that right.
That's
but
right.
That doesn't mean you don't want to dot an I or two once in a while.
Yeah, could happen. Could happen.
Hey, on our event, we got these storms. These storms have really wiped us out up here in the Newport Richey location, and half of our captains and volunteers are going through the same thing I am. So we're going to have to postpone our November 10th and 11th event.
Okay.
Maybe if I can tie down Dylan, we can get 30 or 40 veterans on one of his boats and see what that's going to take. And but we have the list. We appreciate everybody that supports us and the other nonprofits. Just follow us on social media and our Facebook pages and Insta tweets and snappy pages, whatever you want to do.
Put that out there real quick so everybody can follow you, Gino.
Yeah, it's linesofliberty.org, or just do a simple Google or a Facebook search and Instagram search for Lines of Liberty.
You're the man, brother.
We appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Hey, send me the logo too, so I can get it put up on our website, and we'll get a link. That way, people can go right to realanimals.com and just link right to it. So send me that stuff, would you?
Yep, yes, sir. The inshore bite up here is absolutely on fire too.
Nice.
Good to hear.
15 redfish with firemen last Saturday, and 3 of them were over 26.
I'm hanging up on you now. keep up the good work, Gino. Love that guy, man. Just a great veteran presence. Just a
Lines of Liberty.
Great human. Hey, putting a shout out here real quick to Innovative Pools and Spas, one of our newest partners here at the Bartow Forward Real Animals radio show. They've got over 35 years experience building pools in the Bay Area, one of the best in the business, carrying on their father's tradition, which I think is awesome. They raise the bar in pool construction, design, and features, unparalleled passion for the industry, along with a deep-rooted commitment to the community. 35 years here building pools. That's all I need to know. That's all you need to know. Give them a call today at 727-788-1650 or visit innovativepoolsandspa.net for an estimate.
And they do cleanups and repair. We talked about that last week. So if your pool's messed up behind the storms, if you need repaired equipment, Innovative Pools and Spa.
Again, that number, 727-788-1650. They're fishermen. They love the fishing industry, and we love to support those that support us. So give them a call. They'll take good care of you. Now we've got Donald, Ron's Tackle Box, and the great Captain Jim Fogel all here up on the other side. We'll be back, 970 WFLA.
Yes, sir. Busy callers this morning. That's good.
Yeah. Now, one guy mentioned licenses. If it comes up or for the online, they're doing discounted licenses. You see that?
Oh, I did not know.
It's open right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some for my kids.
Yeah. So if you have a kid under the age of 17, 0 to 4 is $200 for a lifetime hunting and fishing combo.
I messed up. I waited on Jack. Jack just turned 5.
So 5 to 12 is $350 for a lifetime. So they're half prices, and then 13 to 17 is $500.
Wow.
So.
I'm gonna get one for myself too, because I always.
Well, ours didn't discount this year.
Yeah,
the adult ones.
But I still need to get.
I've got to go get mine renewed.
Yeah.
So the annual Gold Sportsman is discounted half right now and the 5 years discounted half. So it's a good time to buy it.
Oh,
I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy my 5-year because I don't have a lifetime either.
Yeah.
I don't either.
What's a lifetime? 2,000 or something?
I think it's $1,000, $1,200, something like that. I mean, at your age, at my age, it makes sense to buy one, but.
I always forget about it because I don't need a license to fish on our boats, and then I'll end up fishing on the dock, and I'm like, oh crap!
Right.
So I'd like to have the lifetime one. Just
I don't think about it either because I have to go in every year to get my guide license anyway. I have to go all the way in there and show them my captain's license to get my guide license done anyway. So I'm just like. I just renew it the same time every year.
Yeah. Are they pretty good over here? Because the tax collector in Polk County has no idea what to do every year when you renew your guide's license.
I've been pretty good here.
I've been fairly lucky down in Ruskin. There's a lot of guides. I think that helps. Yeah. I use the South Shore one a lot.
I show up with a binder, so when they see me coming, they're like, "All right, you go over here."
Yeah. You look like a problem.
Well, because I not only have to do the licenses for 6 boats, then we have like 4 trailers, 5 vehicles. It's normally like a 4-hour event. Yeah. It's nuts,
man.
Yeah, so they see me coming.
Can I get a potty break?
Yeah. The one manager at the location I go to knows, and I kind of ask for him at the front, and generally it goes pretty quick. But
Just drop it off and pick it up later.
I wish. I'd normally just sit there on my phone and answer emails.
I gotta go and get mine.
Yeah. You got to remember a check because they hit you with a 5%. So one year I forgot the check, and I was like, I'm not leaving here. So I paid the 5%. It was expensive.
Oh, I'll bet.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's wild, man.
I only get grouchy when you go there and you get somebody who's like in a really bad mood. Like you're just like, everybody gets to have a bad day.
Yeah.
But you don't exist without us. Like we pay you. You work for the government. You work for us. You don't have to be, super schmoozy. I get it. Having a bad day. Your dog threw up on the carpet right before you left this morning, whatever. But try to put a smile on.
Yeah.
No reason to be a jackwagon.
No reason to be a jackwagon.
Oh, man.
High 30s in Pennsylvania. Man, we got people all over the place.
Oh, dude. They all turned into listening to Dylan.
Yeah.
Guys on Fox.
I wouldn't go that far.
When Captain Mel passed away, man, my phone just blew up. It was crazy how many calls I had from all over the country.
Yeah.
And then when they took my third hour away, because it used to be a 3-hour show, dude. I mean, and the bad part was because I'm a charter captain, I kept answering the calls because
could be clients
coming in from anywhere. Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, somebody called me from Pennsylvania, somebody called me from Ohio, somebody called me from Michigan. They're like, dude, what the hell? What happened to your third hour, dude? I'm not happy. I'm sending an email. I'm like, I'm with you. I get it. I'm not happy either. Please send the email because I don't understand what's going on. But they were just mad, bro. Captain Mike, we're not putting up with this. We don't have 3 hours. I'm like,
the third hour would be wild. Imagine how many people would be calling in.
Yeah, because everybody's awake.
Yeah.
The biggest problem we had back then was you would bring somebody in, and then if you had a morning like we just had here, where you have all these callers, you wouldn't get as much interaction with your guests as you wanted to deliver for them because you just, and the 8 to 9 o'clock hour is just asinine, just all calls.
Yeah.
Because everyone's up and driving around and putting their 2 cents in. It actually, I had a lot of people call me and said, dude, I'm done with 970. They're taking your third hour away to bring in that bullshit-ass Mazda show for money. I'm done.
Like, and they would kick us out of the studio. They'd show up and stand there.
Oh, really?
He was a pain in the ass. He finally figured out that they were doing no good because no one was listening.
It was a Mazda radio show.
Except for Ray Markham.
Mazda radio show? Like they just talked about
The Mazda dealership on Tyrone Boulevard.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Wow.
It was
basically just an infomercial.
It was terrible.
For an hour.
And dude, he wrote a massive check. It was all about money. They did it across the whole country, and they made like $1 million the very first Saturday that they did it as a company. They did $1 million in business the first day. But I'm like, it's pretty short-sighted because you're fixing to lose a lot of listeners. And that's what happened.
Yeah, people tune out. There's no lead in. There's no lead out.
They haven't recovered. And the problem is when you sell airtime to somebody, you make money. Not everyone should do a radio show.
Right.
It's like podcasts. Podcasts are too easy to get into. Everyone's doing one, and there's not, in my opinion, there's not very many good ones. Tom Rowland, I think Rowland does a great
Rowland does a great one.
He's very good at it.
But that's what's great about like
interviewer.
the free market, right? And
sure.
It rises to the top of its quality.
Cream always rises.
Yeah.
I've said that forever.
I don't like it's like TV shows. Like I don't like watching a show in the first season. I like watching the show once it's had a couple seasons going. If it still has momentum, it's a really good show.
I used to get all Billy and the boys would call me like, "Oh God dang, bro, this guy can't believe this son bitch run trips $350 a day. I don't know how the fuck he's doing it. I don't know what." I'm like, bro,
let it go.
The market will take care of it.
It's not my customer.
Yeah.
I don't want that guy on my boat. If he thinks the fishing trip's only $350, I don't want my rod and reel combos are more than that. I don't want that guy on my boat. He doesn't, and it's okay.
This is our disclaimer, so I know we're coming.
We need a disclaimer because he could say anything.
I don't think we had that disclaimer before you came on the show, Dylan.
I disagree.
The Hubbard disclaimer?
Yeah, the Hubbard disclaimer, because they were right away, this guy's a wild card.
We got to watch out for him.
He could say anything.
It was totally my fault.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
We all know better than that. It was Mahoney.
Put a shout out to our good friends at Affordable Roofing Systems. Again, if you need a shingle, metal, tile, flat roof repair or replacement, if you need a re-roof, Thanks to one of the hurricanes that blew through here, nobody does it better than our good friends at Affordable Roofing Systems. 1-888-397-ROOF. You can get a free estimate. Visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com. Again, they've done Dylan's roof. They've done Ben Marshall's roof, and they're fixing to come repair mine. David Torres, I've had him and his daughters on the boat with me. He is a awesome human being, a great family man. Ben Marshall's been in the construction industry for like 35 years and said he was blown away at the amount of time David Torres took on his roof just doing the estimate. He said dude was on the roof looking at different things. They had skylights, they had stuff, trying to figure everything out so they could get it right. Went through the storm with flying colors. So nobody does it better than Affordable Roofing Systems. Again, 1-888-397-ROOF. Give them a call today. Get yourself hooked up.
They're the guys that helped Bobby too, right?
Yep.
Bobby Woodard had his roof wrecked, and down south where they don't work, and he called them and they gave him advice on good people. You can tell.
David Torres is just great people, and that's who you want at your house.
There was no money in that for him.
Yeah,
right.
So classic Bobby. So he called a roofing company to try to get him to help come down and build the roof. They couldn't. So Bobby just asked him some questions and built the roof himself.
That's 100% Bobby.
Classic Bobby.
Overachiever. Seriously, bro.
No risk of me doing that.
Overachiever.
Yeah, when you said earlier he's working on his house, I wanted to say houses. He built his second roof just the other day.
Well, why not? Once you've done one, just re-roof.
Lather is
re-roof another one.
Yeah. Might as well.
Let's get our freshwater report from our guru out there in beautiful Lake Alfred. Let's go out to Ron's Tackle Box, talk to Ronnie himself. Ronnie, how are you this morning?
Hey, Captain Ron.
I'm doing great. Everything's good here.
Good to hear, buddy. Like that.
Nice.
I like that. How's the
I
bike?
want to let you know I put my time in on Amendment 2. I told everybody I could tell that comes in this store they got to vote for that.
We love that voice out there, buddy.
Appreciate that, Ron.
Absolutely. I'm out here in Polk County. We haven't forgot.
Attaboy.
We're here.
Polk County.
Imperial Polk County.
Yes. Oh, that's right. That's right. But fishing's great out here. All the little ponds and lakes are thriving with the specks. It's early, but since the hurricane got them turned on, and they've been thriving ever since.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Little early season, some real nice sized ones on Lake Rochelle, Lake Haynes, Lake Alfred, South Winter Haven chain. Good spots out there.
I've seen a lot of Facebook action on this whole speckled perch.
Minnows, or are you catching them on minnows or jigs?
Minnows are the best. I mean, the best bait is grass shrimp.
Ooh.
But I'm going to tell you, I don't promote the grass shrimp because if they start commercially taking them, it ruins the lake.
That makes sense.
Yep, you're exactly
People
right.
don't understand that. They come in here, grass shrimp. I said, go take a little net and dip you out a few. That's your best. But if you start raking the lake, you're killing everything.
Yep.
That's the food chain.
Sure.
Mm.
That makes sense.
I don't support that. Never did, never will.
Attaboy.
Conservation.
Love that about you.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
It's common sense. Common sense.
Common sense, my friend Ron, is not so common.
A bait shop that refuses to sell the bait off principle.
Well,
it's beautiful.
That's why he's been there so long.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's been there so long.
Is the bass bite good?
It's my 50th year.
50 years. Good for you. Congratulations, buddy. That's crazy, dude.
30 years here and 20 in Tampa.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
That's amazing.
But I want to sell this place. I need to move on.
Can't let you do that.
Yeah.
It's an icon.
Pillar of the industry.
I want to go fishing someday.
I'd like you to retire, but we don't want you to retire so much that we want you to retire.
Well, I understand. I appreciate it. But all my customers tell me that too.
Yeah, we love us some Ron Shelfo, buddy. Yeah, man.
But bass fishing's picking up too here. We had 6-7 pounders, a couple of them this week.
Nice.
Them are nice fish. Them are real good fish.
Oh, yeah.
If you're in a tournament, you need them.
Mm-hmm. That's a trophy.
Doubt. Yeah, that's nice fish.
90% of the people here catch and release all that stuff.
Yep.
They don't keep them bass, but they're great eating.
They really are.
It's good if they release some, maybe just take a few for the frying pan and then release the rest is the way to go. Don't fill that freezer.
Absolutely.
Smart. Good stuff, Ronnie. Tell everybody how they can find you, my brother.
Alrighty, I'm at 380 South Lakeshore Way in Lake Alfred, which is 1792. Phone number 863-956-4990.
I'm coming up on my...
Come out. I'll tell you where you should catch some nice fish. I got a lot of good spots.
I'm crawling up on my 25th year in the business. August will be 25 years in the professionally fishing business. And I don't know that I've met any finer a human being than you, Ron Shelfo, just so you know, buddy. You're a blessing to the industry, my friend, and those people out in Polk County should damn sure know it.
Amen.
I appreciate you. Thank you for all the great support.
Well, you're an easy guy to support, my brother. So have a great Saturday. Enjoy your day off, all right?
Thank you.
All right, partner.
See
Good
you, buddy.
stuff right there. Seriously, dude. I spent some time with him at ICAST after a long time of him calling in the show. He's a good dude, man.
Have you been to his shop?
I have not. I'm a schmuck.
Okay, we need to do a
schmuck.
remote there somehow.
Wouldn't that be great?
That shop is like an antique, like it's an antique tackle store,
Dude,
but also sells new tackle. I mean, it's legit.
And here's the problem I have. I'm telling you, I've avoided, because a bunch of times I've been like, man, I got to go that way anyway. I'm just going to swing by it. My wallet starts to vibrate. Like, hey, meathead, you don't have enough money right now for this stop, because you know what's going to happen. Yes. Yeah, my own wallet's going, yo, dude, do not do this. It might be Beth subliminally telling my wallet, you do not need to go by Ronnie's place because you will spend some money.
Parental controls.
I love Old Tackle, man.
Man, it's a great shop. It's a place you can just go walk around in. Like, I got 15 minutes to kill. I'll go walk around in there. Like,
see, that's my problem. I think I have 15 minutes, and the next thing you know, you get talking to Ronnie.
3 hours later.
3 hours. Yeah, exactly. Messes everything up. Let's go to Donald in Lutz.
I've seen the way Mike talks.
Donald, how are you?
Hey, Donald.
You got a lot of room to
good
talk
morning,
about.
guys.
What's up?
Morning.
I've been to Ron's tackle box, and let me tell you, Ron picked out a couple lures for me. I purchased a couple of antique lures. I was looking at some others. He goes, no, these are not for sale. They're just for show only. But place is phenomenal.
Yeah, good people, man.
Absolutely. But yeah, I had a great time. Matt and I on the Hubbard's 5-hour trip on Thursday. A lot of fun.
Good to see you, buddy.
It was great to see you too, Dylan. He wanted to catch a hogfish, and he did. He got
Nice.
It wasn't a keeper size, but he got got the catch. And
That's awesome.
I told him, I said, you got to get a lane snapper too, and he did. So
Oh, wow.
nice keeper. Yeah, I got keeper lane snappers as well, and some nice Key West grunts. They look very healthy. They were very white.
Oh yeah.
Key West grunts. I'm going to be cooking them up today.
Good eating fish.
They are
man.
good eating fish.
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Candy.
So,
Go good with a side of grits right now.
Mm-hmm.
there we
Cheese
go.
grits.
I'm about to make some coffee and feed the dogs and have some breakfast.
Get your morning started there, Donald. We appreciate you. Now you sent me down a trail. My whole brain is filled with fish and grits right now. Thank you so much.
I know, it's just absolutely. Hey, I've got another kayak club outing on Saturday, November 16th at the North Skyway rest area.
Oh, nice.
That'll be fun.
Beach watch. Yeah, on the west side, facing Tarpon Key. So let's see how the fishing's going to be for them. And then the weekend, the Saturday after that is the Fishing for Hope. So I'm excited about that. I will be volunteering again. I love doing that and bringing some groceries and stuff. So
look forward to
that as well.
Look forward to
see you
seeing
there.
you, brother. Sounds good, Donald. Let me get some of these other calls, buddy. Enjoy your Saturday.
Absolutely.
Have some
Yeah,
coffee.
you guys take care. Stay safe. Tight lines.
All right,
Appreciate it.
buddy.
Thanks, Donald.
Good stuff right there. Dude is in it to win it.
8 up.
Let's get our safe boating tip here real quick from our good friend, Coast Guard Auxiliary Captain Extraordinaire, Jim Fogel. Jimmy, how are you, brother?
Hey, Captain Jim.
Good, good. You guys are sounding good this morning, as usual.
We're making it up as we go. It's a beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, good. It's a good thing. Yeah. Listen, I want to talk to duck hunters who hunt from a boat for a minute.
I'm listening.
Reminds you that, if you've got a boat that's 16 feet or more, then you've got all that equipment on there that's required for the rest of us and all our other boats. Remind you that this time of year is starting to get a little nipply early in the morning, and you're going to have a.
Can you say that on the radio?
I was just wondering. I was like, did he cross the line?
I don't know. I don't know if you can say that. We might have to run that by
Remind you,
John
if you
Mamola.
fall out of that boat, you're going to sink like a rock. So for goodness sake, plan on it. Wear a life jacket. They make life jackets that are cut out for hunters. But it's going to be a little more dangerous than normal because you got all like the extra clothes on. You got all kinds of stuff on a boat. You got a dog on the boat. Remind you that you've got to show your nav lights if you're moving on the water, even if you're camouflaged up. You got to be able to see those lights. So if you're moving, so make sure that you've got them on. For God's sake, everybody knows better than this, but you don't put it around in the chamber of a shotgun for sure while you're on that boat moving. When you stop, that's fine, but don't do it while you're moving. Very, very dangerous.
Nothing will sink that boat faster than a bullet hole in the hole.
I have. It's never happened to me, but I've seen that in boats before,
I
and
believe
it's
scary,
terrifying.
Take it from me, it's hard to sink a boat with a shotgun.
I'll tell you this too. I'll tell you this. My father was a huge duck hunter. Loved duck hunting in Wisconsin, and I will never forget the day that him and his compadre came home and they had been shot. And luckily they were on Rush Lake, which is very marshy and had a lot of cuts in the cattails, and a duck hunter was around a corner and a duck jumped up off the pond and the guy shot. Well, just around the corner through the cattails was my dad and his buddy, which the guy didn't know. Luckily, they were just far enough away that all of the pellets just broke the skin.
Yeah, peppered them.
Yeah, peppered them.
Heavy peppered them.
And nothing in the eyes, thank God, all that stuff. But just always, anytime, and, we always do boat safety this time of year. A lot of guys going in the woods. Listen, guns, you don't get a second chance with guns.
You don't get a second chance.
I've been breaking my 12-year-old grandson in. This is going to be the first year he hunts. Every time we go to the range, every time I'm talking with him about guns, I'm like, this is the one thing. You don't get a second chance. There is no, hey, Grandpa, sorry about that. You don't get a sorry with this. You got to be paying attention.
Right.
You got to know where that, what's beyond where you're firing your round. You have to know. So
trigger discipline, like that.
Trigger discipline.
Yeah, like you got a lot of. Yeah. You're sitting there in a boat with a gun loaded to shoot birds.
100%.
If that gun is pointed down at the bottom of the boat and you're fiddling with a safety or a trigger, like that is a disaster waiting to happen.
100%.
Like
my mom or my kids and all the training, the Nerf guns.
Yeah,
they get annoyed because I'm trying to teach them trigger discipline with their Nerf guns.
it makes sense though.
Yeah,
that's a great call, Captain Jim, because it is duck season's.
That time
I think early season or the youth season's the 16th. And then the 23rd opens the regular season. So that's on us, and people are going to be all over the bay doing that. So
good stuff.
Coming up.
Good stuff. Well done, Jim Fogle.
All right,
we appreciate you. Nice work.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate the time. For the Coast Guard Auxiliary in St. Pete, Jim Fogle, be safe out there.
Been such a blessing to our shows over the years. Just done a great job. You know what we've got here? I mean, you and I just living the life, right? We get Captain Travis Thompson. We get a legend in studio, and then we get another legend calling in, Dave Pomerly,
the Mad Snooker.
Yes,
the vampire himself.
What's he doing up this late?
He's just getting home. He's just getting done wearing out big snooks somewhere, I'm sure. Kicking their keisters is what he does. Nobody does it better. Phone lines are open 1-800-969-9352. We'll be back. I don't know if I can leave here at 8 and still, maybe. Yes, I can leave. I can do it. You know what you're doing? Yes. He's been a fucking blessing, bro.
Dylan? Dude, Dylan has been I've known him for a long time, but
yeah, me too.
Through this Amendment 2 shit and Florida guys, like that guy is just he's a machine. He's a beast. He cares.
Beast.
He works hard.
Beast.
And he does a really good job.
Beast, yeah. It's one of the smarter moments I've had in radio. The morning I thought to myself, I wonder.
He's just a real deal.
And I even came out of my mouth before I even thought it through, and I'm like, I'm not 100% sure about this yet. I need to think it through. But what if? And he was like, yeah. I was like,
He's. Tell you what, we wouldn't be where we are without him.
No, it's just a great the show wouldn't be. I mean, even Beth would tell you, and she's mentioned it to me several times, that
4:30 every Saturday morning for 13 or 14 years, whatever it's been. It's a long time to do Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Guiding all week, getting up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, and having to do Saturday morning. I know it's only a couple hours. I don't guide on Saturday and Sunday, which is fine, but it's still a lot. Trying to find guests there for a long time and the content, and I was getting really roasted, and even Beth was like, ever since that moment, you haven't done any complaining. Like, she's like, it's a little different. I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's only 11 minutes away, so.
Wow, that's it?
That's what it says.
That's awesome.
Unless it's lying to me. Yeah, right now it's 11 minutes. It's not far. No, it's wrong.
Nothing. I was thinking about the traffic. The other day when I went to meet Lee, I couldn't get into Tampa. There was a rat. Oh. I ended up having to drive around and come back over the Skyway.
Wow.
To get to the...
Well, where do you live?
I live in Winter Haven, Polk County.
He lives right next to Ron's Taco
What
Box.
time did you get up this morning? 3?
No. It's 46 minutes from my house to here that time of
okay.
day. Yeah, like...
It's not too bad.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
That time of day.
Like, and I was speeding a little bit today, but I wasn't pouring it to it, honestly.
Jeffrey said it's hard to sink a boat with a shotgun. That's funny. Dude,
Jeffrey,
it's really hard to sink a boat with a shotgun.
Listen, there's
a fiberglass boat. An aluminum John boat is different.
Jeffrey,
you shoot an aluminum
Jeff
John boat
Reedy
with a shotgun.
Oh, Reedy?
Yeah, you're going to be...
Yeah, this was an aluminum boat. This guy's a guide. He was guiding on Emeralda Marsh, which is up, like, Ocala, Leesburg area.
Mm-hmm.
And he had clients in the boat, and one of them shot the bottom of the boat.
Wow.
And he's like, in my years of guiding, like, I've never... And so he went and bought a plug that he could, like a rubber plug, for if that ever happened in the future. But he's also like, I'll let my guard down for 1 second. He's been guiding for 25 years. He's a good guide. He's responsible. Like, he made a mistake. He wasn't paying attention to that guy. And the guy shot the bottom of the boat, and the boat sank.
Wow.
Like,
that's crazy.
Like recovery type sank.
Back in the day, a friend, no, I think you could, maybe, I don't know. Regardless, I knew someone, we'll go with that, who would sink boats to make reefs. And, dude, you shoot a fiberglass boat, it does not sink.
Shotguns don't like it?
1-inch slugs.
Really?
Nothing. It goes into the fiberglass, and the fiberglass closes behind it. Like, shooting until you can't feel your shoulder anymore. 8-gauge slugs. It doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 50 BMG, 7.62, nothing. Yeah, hundreds of rounds. Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, you got to see this picture that Palmer just sent me. He just sent it to you. Wow, what the hell is that all about?
That's crazy.
A 6-foot snook.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Is that a Pacific?
I'll never forget. I'll never forget.
Sure, we're going to find out here in a minute.
I think it was 2005? 2005, I think. They blew up the old bridge in Johns Pass. Dude.
Bro.
Dude.
Don't get me started on
I was like 14 years old. The snook I saw float up, 50-plus inch fish. I mean, just fish you'd never see on hook and line. Ever.
Welcome back. Putting a quick shout out to our good friends at Ace Heating and Cooling
Again, over 20 years now, Ace Heating and Cooling has been a name you can trust in the heating and air conditioning business in Hillsborough County. We've had Chris Myers on the show. He's a great guy, big outdoorsman. Love that guy, what he stands for. They service all brands. They do residential and commercial repairs, maintenance, and full replacements. I know a lot of you people, unfortunately, we all know a lot of you got flooded, got jacked up AC units right now. I would give Chris Myers and his people a call. Again, they're the best in the business. BrandonAC.net is how you can look them up online. 813-657-8818. That's Ace Heating and Cooling, a name you can trust in Hillsborough County. Lots of craziness going on here in the studio. Lots of craziness. Barkley Daniels, great fly fisherman here on Tampa Bay, been on the show, guest on the show, says all you need to know is let people know that PETA wants people to vote no on 2. That's the easiest reason to vote yes.
Have you seen the list? Like, if you look at the list of who's supporting it and who's against it,
yeah, it's pretty.
It's like, okay, look at this and then tell me how you, as a license holder of anything, would vote no on this.
Exactly.
I mean, the biggest thing for me is you go to Ballotpedia which is anybody who wants to do a little research on an amendment is a great place to start. That's where I start. And if you go to Ballotpedia and you look up the right to hunt and fish and look at the arguments that they make, it's absolutely asinine why you would vote no, because the arguments are crazy. The first argument is we are in the midst. This is an argument for voting no on 2. We are in the midst of a global extinction crisis and climate crisis. Our wildlife needs a break from the carnage.
You know what we need?
Right there.
You know what needs to go extinct?
Like, how could you possibly agree with someone like that?
I know what needs to go extinct.
It's wild because I say to people all the time when they use that argument, I'm like, do you think you're a deer hunter?
Yeah.
Do you want to shoot the last deer on the planet?
100% no.
You want to make
100%.
sure there's as many deer as possible so you can keep shooting. You want to catch the last red snapper?
Never.
Listen. You know what a great hunt?
Actually,
I've had
we did
some
one
of
time.
the most memorable and incredible hunts. Stuff I could tell you stories right now without even having to dig through my pathetic little brain are the hunts I never pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
I sat and saw 10, 11, 12, 15 deer. Saw some deer doing some stuff I never seen them do before. Saw a big deer off in the distance, could smell me, wouldn't come in. The stories are incredible. In my brain, they're incredible. That's what the memories are about.
Or the times you missed.
Well, I've missed plenty. I'm
That's
a terrible
the thing
shot.
that's important to protect, though, because that stuff where you're going has to exist.
Yeah, 100%.
The deer have to exist. The land has to exist. You see gopher tortoises or turkeys or whatever.
I'll give you a perfect example. My wife is a perfect example. She loves to shoot with me now. Loves to shoot sporting clays. Loves to go to, we go to Shoot Straight or wherever, an indoor range, get the AC going. She's playing with her handguns. She has a blast. Loves it. Has her concealed carry. Sitting in a tree stand with me here the last couple of years. Never going to pull the trigger on a deer. She will tell you, we could call her right now. Well, we better not. She'd be mad. But I'm telling you, she said it 100 times. I'm not going to pull the trigger. Do I love going and sitting in a tree now? This year, because I'm taking my grandson, I'm going to put her in a tree stand by herself. She's just going to go sit in a tree somewhere, read her Kindle.
Take a book and watch nature.
She was absolutely mind-blown the first time the deer came in and all that stuff. And waking up in the morning in the tree stand, because I always got to take a nap in the dark. That's what I like to do. And I'm telling you, when you wake up and everything has come alive, dude, there is nothing like it. There's nothing like it. You know what I liken it to? And you guys will know this, the morning run.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm fishing 6, 7, 8 days in a row, I've done it many times. We're in Boca Grande for a month and a half, 2 months straight. That morning run, you get up, you're tired, you're grinding. It's hard to even get in the shower, head to the dock, get everything in the boat. The morning run as the sun is coming up, I'm telling you.
It invigorates you.
After your live well is full.
That helps. Actually, it's usually on my way to get bait. I'm usually headed there to catch bait.
It invigorates you. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It livens you up, dude. There's something. Mother Nature's got this thing figured out. We got 2 people coming up here on the other side. I wanted to make sure we had enough time to get to them. Captain Dave Pomerleau, Captain Scott Moore, that can tell us more about that field.
Legends.
Speaking of legends.
Lined up back to back.
We go home. We'll be back. 9-7.
From the local Lexus dealers, WFLA.
Go to the calls.
Yeah. Too short. Anyway,
No, I love that you said that, Mike. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. That's the
really
thing.
what it is, man. That's what it is.
Yeah. That's the thing is,
my wife, it took me a couple years because it was just I was young and, I'm going hunting. And it took me a while to figure out. I used to go to Wisconsin and hunt with my dad. Well, it was always leading into Thanksgiving because that's when it is. It's 9 days right before Thanksgiving. Our biggest holiday as a family is Thanksgiving. Beth's the youngest of 6. We host Thanksgiving. That week is terrible for her. I always come home on Wednesday. She's all I had to do all this work, all this craziness. So finally, as I'm becoming smarter as a husband, and I'm like, baby, I really appreciate the fact that she didn't hunt. She didn't understand it. Her family didn't hunt. Her brothers don't hunt. I'm like, I really appreciate that you kind of let me go do this with my dad. And she was like, I really didn't get it at first. She said, but you come back like a new person. Like every time you go, she's like, I just realized over the years, I'm like, I don't know what it is about that place, but my husband comes back all tweaked right. Like, I don't know what it is.
That's what my wife says about the gym.
Yeah, the gym too. Oh, best man.
Go to work and then I go to the gym and sometimes I come home a little bit late. Yeah. I'm like, sorry. You're like, that's all right. Come home happier.
Yeah. No, Beth has said that. I tell the
If
story.
I come home straight from work without going to the gym, it's different.
I've had like 3 or 4 days, like I can't get in there. I'm just, and it'll be like Saturday. I couldn't get in Saturday morning. And Beth would be like, go.
Leave me.
I don't want to see you for 2 hours. Disappear. Go. Okay. She goes, yeah, you need the gym bad. The gym will do it. The gym's. That's what Beth's made.
Calms you down.
Beth goes to the gym.
Takes the piss and vinegar
like
right
Beth,
out
Beth
of you.
always, Beth will tell you if she never had to go to the gym again another day in her life, she'd be thrilled. She's like, you're a psychopath. You like that stuff. I'm like, I do like that stuff. Yeah. It's a headspace, just like hunting.
It's like hunting, and I would imagine. So when I used to run fishing charters, hunting was my.
Sure.
I didn't get it as much from the fishing side as I did from hunting. Now that I do more hunting, I get it more on the fishing side. Like and for me, always freshwater fishing has been it.
Oh, really?
Because I was chartering inshore stuff, or I was running duck hunts or whatever. I could go bass fish in a pond, and it was like, okay, this is simple, this is relaxed.
Yeah.
Whether I catch some or not, like I'm watching the lures work, and I'm
the last couple of years, the TV show has turned into that for me.
Really?
Yeah, because I get to go fishing. I'm on the boat with
You're
it.
You're not running the boat. Yeah.
Once I get there, I mean,
You're
a
on
lot
a
of
fishing
guys.
trip.
You watch a lot of guys like when they do their shows, they got to run their boat. I go to like Crystal River. I'm like, I'm not running my boat up here. You run here every day. Get behind the wheel. Why would I run the boat? I don't know what. I mean, yeah, I could probably fumble my way through it. I've been going there for so many years, but I'm no dummy.
Yeah.
This is your backyard, Captain.
Yeah.
You run this bad boy. I don't have an ego, but I mean, that's usually when I get to go. Let's go fishing. You know what I mean? You're just like, what are we using today? He tells me what to bring. You know what I mean? Oh, bring your mirrors. We're gonna throw a bunch of little John. Okay, cool. I got a bunch. I'll bring them. I just get to go fishing. And we're gonna start here, Captain. Just work this area. Okay, cool.
Where do you want me to cast,
mindless,
sir?
relaxing fishing.
But your mind is able to kind of check out a little bit.
Yeah. All I have to do is the show stuff that I've been doing for 19 seasons,
which is
it's
rote
not
at
hard.
this point.
Yeah, it's just not hard anymore.
I've definitely adopted that model. Like when we do film shoots and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna ride along. It's nice.
You're just a guy fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Takes the pressure off. You're just like, life's good.
Yeah. Get away from the cell phone and sit.
100%.
That ride offshore, man.
Oh,
we don't have morning runs because we don't catch bait, but that ride
No,
offshore is
yeah,
beautiful.
I've been there for the morning run offshore. It's a beautiful thing. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, watching the sunrise as you're going 40 behind the Yamaha.
I'm good
425s.
once we get past the beach, because my problem with offshore trips is I'm like, but they're right there, right? That's a gooey.
That's a good spot.
Yeah,
that looks
snooker's
fishy
back
right
up
there.
right now. I guarantee you. I saw that big live well. It's full. We can just fish right there. So you want to go 70 that way, huh? Okay. I'll sit down in the chair now.
Sit down and show
once you get outside of land, you can't think about it anymore.
Right. So
So
like,
this all looks the same.
Yeah, okay. What are we fishing? Oh, it's on that machine right there. There it is. Yeah. I'm used to looking at the terrain. That looks sexy.
Van Hubbard said, I'm listening, but you got plenty of callers. Great show.
Oh, Mother Hubbard. Love that guy.
Dan's been awesome.
He's a legend, bro. He's a legend, dude. I will never forget the first time I saw him down in Bunker Grant. I was like you. I was worried I might be doing something wrong. That's Van Hubbard.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Robert Miller said, busy cleaning deer, ready to go fishing.
Love that.
He works at a processor. Cleans like 1,200 deer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's freaking
Dude's
awesome.
an animal.
Them guys are so good.
They are so good. Like with a knife, they are wizards.
Mm-hmm. Him and his family are fishy. They come down and
You
do
think
the
you're good
39
cleaning
hours.
something, and then you get next to a processor, and you're like, oh.
I've cleaned like 3, 4, 5 deer my entire life.
Yeah.
And one of those, me and Ben and another guy were just doing them together, just whacking away, just trying to finish it up. Most of these processors now, I mean, you get to your lease, there's a processor close. Most of them don't even want you to do it. You get hair all over the meat and everything else. You're just not good at it. That's like, it costs you an extra $30 or something just to drop it off.
Pick it up and it's all ready to be frozen. And like
You're good.
you said a minute ago, I agree with you. I don't fill my freezer with fish.
No.
venison, game, I will fill my freezer.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. That's why I had the generator running. Couldn't let the venison go bad. Welcome back. 7:36 here. Our last big segment of the morning. Again, Innovative Pools and Spas. They bring over 35 years experience building pools in the Tampa Bay area to you, continuing the legacy of their father's company, recognized as a top pool builder in the Tampa Bay area, again, for 35 years. Unbelievable. These guys do it better. We did find out they do repairs, all that stuff as well. So
they do repairs, cleaning. They'll get your pool back nice and clear and beautiful. So call them up.
Kind of figured they did. 35
and they have a
years
fall
in the
special.
business. Yeah.
For less than $50K, you can get 5 different freeform pools, 72-foot perimeter. They do 350 square foot of brick. So there's a fall special running right now. Less than $50K, you can get a 5-foot deep pool, 5 different freeform ideas. So really, really good special to run into.
Get on the books now. That way, by the time we get back into summertime here, you'll be ready to rock and roll with your new pool. Give them a call at 727-788-1650 or visit them at innovativepoolsandspa.net. Get that estimate. You will enjoy them. Super good people. Let's go to the phones here. It's like our legendary segment. We're going to rattle through some legends here. You got Dave Pomerleau. We got to talk. What do you do? A 6-foot snook, bro? You sent me a picture of a 6-foot snook.
Wild?
That's crazy, bro.
Where was that, Dave?
Yeah, that was caught down in the Gulf of California, and I spoke with the grandson of the guy in the photo, the guy holding that really big one.
Yeah.
And he said that snook was 88 pounds, and that his grandfather had boated one in like 1956 that was 130 pounds.
Oh.
Yeah,
like
130
fishing.
pounds.
Tarpon fishing, bro.
That's the Gulf of California, but I'm dreaming. I didn't fish last night. I just, man, you talk about a crazy last 6 weeks we've had.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
amen.
No doubt.
Needed a break.
No doubt, buddy.
Well, it's just it's my middle name has been Mr. Captain Cancellation. Now I got people calling me up going, Dave, what about the red tide? And I'm like, I'm like, if I could get it accurate, up to date on where the red tide is it offshore? Is it coming in? I mean, it's hard to tell.
I haven't seen any or got any reports of it coming in.
Yeah, at least in Tampa Bay, there hasn't been any samples that I've seen that have any real concentration inside the bay or along the beaches. Pulling it up now, there's one that's very low, like Pinellas Point area. But most of it's been recorded or tested offshore, off the coast, and the east wind's been helping.
I got a call from a young angler kid. There's a friend of mine, and he said they went 50 miles out the pipeline and never saw a hint of any bad water, any bad fish, had a live well full.
We haven't had any live well damage, yeah. We haven't seen anything.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I know there's some people out there that have seen some of it, which just tells me it's kind of spotty. Listen, if we got it away with 2 back-to-back hurricanes and all we have is spotty,
I'll take it.
Whew, that's a blessing.
Yeah, I heard there was a little bit of a Southwest Florida had a little bit, but again, the wind was helping with that.
Sure.
Like it was pushing it out.
Flow, yeah.
Sarasota south to Port Charlotte has a few more kind of on the beach, in the bay type readings, but Tampa Bay has been luckily clear so far.
That's a blessing. Big time.
Reading doesn't mean a bloom.
Yes.
How's your fishing there, buddy? You catching them still or no?
Well, it was really, I saw some dead fish the night before I did a charter, and they had been dead for a while. And they came in on the incoming tide through the Venice Jetty, which there's nothing left of the Venice Jetty. It looks like a nuclear bomb went off. It's just unbelievable. But the fishing was great that evening. We caught about 50 snook, but I did see dead fish the night before, but the snook were right there under my feet. I'm looking at them. I'll send you the video when we get off here. But yeah, it's been good. Nothing giant. The biggest one we've caught in the last couple of trips was like 36 inches. Nothing big, but it's
nothing big.
Nothing big. 36.
That's when you know. That's when you know that you're like the guy. I mean, that's like saying I sat in the tree this morning and I shot a 14-pointer. It wasn't really
nothing
that big.
big.
Yeah, nothing big.
Nothing to write
He only
home about.
scored 140.
Right.
That sounds weird. I know. I don't consider a snook big till it gets like 44 inches or something like that. But
we know you psychopath.
But I mean, I'm just wanting to get back on the water and get through these hurricanes. And now I'm looking at Mike's weather page on Facebook, and I'm going, there's something else down there. Come on, man. There's no way.
Yeah, I'm watching Dylan scroll it right now.
Mm-hmm. Never stop watching.
I'm like, we can't have 3 of these in a row. If there's something going on, I'm going to blame it on the Democrats. There's something going on here. They don't like our governor because he's a Republican. They're coming after us, damn it.
It could be. It could be. Dave, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you if they want to go try to take a shot at catching one of those 44-inch snook.
Oh, it's madsnooker.com or just 727-570-9711. Man, this has been a great show, and you got the man, the myth, the legend coming up next.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you, David, as always. Don't be a stranger. We love to get your reports and hear from you, my friend.
All right, have a great day.
You
great
too,
show,
buddy.
guys.
You too, buddy. Appreciate you. One of the best in the business right there. Just an absolute freak.
Not a better snook angler out there.
No, gives a great seminar.
Although this guy might be better.
Well, I mean, this guy's
good.
He's caught a fish or two. Captain Scott Moore, how are you this morning?
I'd rather be lucky than good.
Hey, Scott.
Say that before.
Mm-hmm.
I know a very famous guy used to say that too. We honored him the other night, and I want to make a point, Dylan. Captain Bobby Buswell was inducted in the International Game Fish Association's Hall of Fame, which is huge for us on the west coast of Florida. I'd like to thank Bill Miller and Billy Caldwell for putting that together. It was a very, very important that that we got that across, that we've got great captains here on the west coast.
Yeah, we do.
No
doubt about it. No doubt about it. You being
I
in
got to
that
tell
group.
you a story.
Come on.
I got to tell you a story.
Come on. Story
Jeff
time.
Page called me. Jeff Page had called me about a couple of years ago. He goes, "Yeah, I'm down here fishing. You know where I'm talking about, down here on the beach. We call it Crazy Ladies. Well, there was a place we fished along the beach down there and caught snooks. And this lady would come out and swim while you were fishing to mess up your fishing. No. She didn't want you fishing. And there's people out there that don't want us fishing. Okay, they're against us harvesting fish. They don't want us playing with the fish. That's why you want to vote for that amendment. Okay, believe it or not, they don't want you hunting. They don't want you fishing, and that's the reason why. But now, in the state of Florida, they can't harass you for legally hunting and fishing, but this will put the icing on the cake. Okay, and we need to do that.
Agreed.
Absolutely, Scott.
Cake is no good without icing. 100%.
Pre-K.
We need icing. We need icing. I agree. I love it. He's right. He's spot on. I mean, we've stayed off that kick for the most part when we've been talking about this, but that's what it is. Yeah. It's the people that are coming after your rights to hunt and fish.
The Pelican example of the Skyway is the most beautiful example to me. I mean, sitting in those meetings, listening to these people talk about how we need to close the Skyway fishing pier because there was a pelican interaction. It's like there's more pelicans than ever before. Of course there's more pelican interaction.
And then we tried in good faith to say, okay, let's reach a compromise. And did they move at all?
No, but
they kept hammering the drum.
We moved, and they would not move at all.
Listen, I talked about that for years when we were doing all these stupid manatee zones all over Tampa Bay. We went to the meetings. I was there. Dave Marquette. I remember Dave pulling me to sit down when I lost my mind on the lady who was like, in the last 5 to 7 years, we've lost, I don't know, it was like 3 to 5 manatees on the Alafia River. I literally came out of my seat. I'm like, lady, we've lost more humans on the Alafia River in that time than that.
Yeah.
Where are we here? Dave's pulling me, Mike, sit down. Sit down, Mike. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
it's the same
at that
concept.
meeting he's talking about, we came up with this compromise, trying to move forward. The FWC was happy we're working together, and then all of a sudden, the bird folks at the table were like, "No, we just want it closed, no fishing at all."
Right,
and then
I've never seen manatees in 2 foot of water. They may be on the edges, but
that's what all they did in Tampa Bay was move the boating traffic out to where there's more manatees. They pushed it outside to the edge.
Absolutely correct.
But it's because it wasn't. Listen, we did the same thing. The same thing you're talking about, where so the Florida Guides Association is like, listen, we don't want anything to happen to the manatees. I tell people all the time, if I catch, Dad and the kids some fish, and Mom sees a manatee,
It's a great trip.
I'm a superhero.
Yep.
I got a cape on. I'm rocking and rolling, dude. The manatees don't hurt us. That's fine. It's all good. We can all live together. Let's make it mandatory that you wear polarized sunglasses so more of the people that are boating can see the manatees. Yep, we're not getting behind that. That's the minute I knew. I'm like, we know what this game's about. This game is about us not being able to fish.
Anti.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
You know,
nonsense.
I love your example, Scott. There's a billion people.
Buddy huggers.
Yeah, going back to a little bit on the bloom on the red tide. That's what they call an offshore bloom, and we don't want it inshore. It probably end up a couple along the coast, in around the passes. We don't want it in the bay. What's helping us is all that fresh water. Fresh water abates it. Okay, also feeds it wherever it mixes. But that a lot of fresh water coming out of Tampa Bay doesn't allow that to get in there, and that helps a lot. Boca Grande had some tide around the passes and stuff down there on the beach, but there's been nothing in the bay here. Nobody's been talking about, and nobody's lost any bait. And as soon as it gets bad and everybody starts losing their bait, that's when we all start talking about it.
We'll know for sure.
No
doubt.
Anyway, that's where we're at with that. Good show this morning. Good fishing, everybody. Get out there and vote. And like I said, I'm very proud that we had a good representation in the International Game Fish Association, one of the best captains on this coast.
No doubt.
Captain Bobby Buswell.
Legend for sure. Captain Scott, great call as always, brother. We appreciate you. Enjoy your weekend, my friend.
Thank you, Captain Scott.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, partner.
You bet.
Nice. Let's go. You know what? We are legend here. Mike Mesra, Tampa Bay Sporting Clays, joins the show. What up, kid?
Hey, boys.
Hey.
I'm loving it. I feel like a legend. Look,
You are a legend.
Dave, Scott, and then
Mike Mesra.
I mean, I gotta pinch myself today. I get to talk to you guys. I mean, wow. I mean, I'm done. I'm done. Everything going well, boys?
Oh, yeah.
Going great.
Fantastic. Can't complain, buddy.
Dylan, I got to tell you, I see you on TV. You're a stud, brother.
He's a stud.
Thanks, man.
He is a stud.
He looks great. I mean, you're a stud. Plus, you're just a wealth of knowledge. I mean, that's all I can say. You got it going.
Listen. These are standard doors. Standard doors here, Mike. Do not get that head any bigger. We'll never get him out of the building. Dude, we're way up on the 6th floor.
On. He's so grounded.
Have to take him out the elevator shaft.
Plus, he's so humble. There's no way. Somebody's got to put him up on a pedestal. Come on.
Thanks, Mez.
No, man, everything's great at the club. We're all cleaned up. I mean, what a nightmare. We got hit pretty hard on the Palm River, but compared to a lot of people, we're like nothing. Yeah, everything's going good at the club. We had the Bulls Blast this week. We've got the FBI shoot today, this morning. Which is good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. And
so Mahoney's not coming down today.
Got a lot of stuff on the books that's coming up. We pushed the Sheriff Chronister shoot, Chad shoot, up to December on like a Wednesday. But yeah, everything's falling in line. It's nice to have things somewhat normal again.
You bet. I can't wait. Beth and I have been talking about coming to see you, so we'll be out there to see you soon. If you have not been to Tampa Bay Sporting Clays to go shoot around, you should definitely get out there. They got people that can show you how to do it, range officers and all that. So it is absolutely unbelievable. My bride loves it. It's something we love to go do. So
it's a good time.
Keep up the good work out there, Michael. We appreciate you.
Always welcome, guys. See you soon. Have a wonderful weekend.
See you, buddy.
Thanks.
Thank you.
TBSC.com is the website. Check it out. Again, if you haven't done it, thank you for correcting me. See, I wonder if that's what the big Good stuff. We'll be back wrapping things up on the other side. 970 WFLA.
Radio app. Thanks to Farrah and Farrah. It's never.
Oh, man. I got to go vote after this because the golf council meeting this week, so I won't be able to vote this week.
Where's the golf council meeting?
It's in St. Pete.
Really?
Yeah, no traveling this time.
Nice.
Real nice.
That happens once every
Blue moon. Last time I've been going since 2016, and it's never been in St. Pete.
It's been in Tampa, hasn't it? Or somewhere like
Naples is about as close as it was before.
Oh, I thought it was somewhere in the.
A lot of times when they have it in Florida, they had it in the Keys. It was in the Keys for like 3 years in a row. Then they had it in Naples, which was kind of nice. That was close. But St. Pete, downtown.
Nice.
Yeah, it'd be real nice.
At the Marriott?
I believe so, yeah.
That makes sense. That's a good location to have it.
Yeah. It's good and bad because going to the golf council meeting and staying in a hotel, you're focused. You do the nighttime routine,
Here you're
hang
gonna
out
go
with
home
everybody. Yeah. Now I'm going to be pooled, doing something before, doing something after, run into a meeting. So it's a little harder when it's in town, but it makes it easier on the family and stuff.
The FWC commission meeting in December is in Lakeland.
Oh, nice. That'll be cool.
Yeah, same kind of deal.
Yeah.
Has it been in Lakeland since the jig fishing
fiasco?
Yeah, that was the last time it was in Lakeland.
Wow.
That was like, 2011, 12, 13, somewhere in there.
Jackasses.
That's the last time it was in Lakeland.
I was talking to somebody the other day. I forget who it was. But we were talking about how Florida has a bear problem and FWC can't fix it because they'll never be able to open a bear hunting season.
I'm not allowed
Come on,
to say
Travis.
the word. I'm not allowed to say the word bears for 3 more days. People hear you talk about it. Like, you can talk about it pragmatically, but people hear you talk about it and they're like, oh, you just want a bear hunt. I'm like, no, I'm a taxpayer. I would rather us not hire snipers or pay for bear birth control or anything else. If they need to be managed, manage them using hunters. Yeah, like, they're going to die getting hit by a car.
Wait. We pay for bear birth control?
Do not bait me into this because I know more about bear birth control than anyone you know.
Do we, yes or no, do we
do
pay
not
as taxpayers?
Yet. We do not yet.
Oh.
But that is a subject that is discussed. So when you say you want hunting and fishing to be preferred method of management, would you prefer bear birth control?
No.
What do they do, like
dart them? Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I don't want to be the dude that has to put that thing on.
He was like so timidly. Well, what are they doing?
I mean, are we hanging?
Are we doing IUDs?
We're hanging condom machines in the woods now.
Yeah,
I mean, what are we?
Yeah, we're just training them to abstinence is the way.
We find a tree. We find
a bunch of bears sitting at the classroom.
We find a tree where they shit and put it right there by the shitter.
I cannot believe how much I know about bear birth control. So yeah,
put $1 in.
You can do an injection. Female bears can be impregnated, but the pregnancy doesn't take until ecologically the ecological parameters around them trigger the pregnancy. So the egg can be fertilized, but the pregnancy doesn't begin until like there's enough food or enough water or less bears around them or whatever else. It's called dispause. So they can be pregnant for 2 years before they are pregnant.
Wow.
So
they inject it with some kind of cortisol
to trigger that
reaction,
but you have to trap the bear, inject it, then monitor it, and then it's going to wander into my yard and eat my cat.
What kind of crazy shit does the male bear go through when they live with a female bear who's been pregnant for 2 years?
Right?
How do we still have a radio show?
Seriously, bro.
That's wild.
That's podcast stuff right there, man.
Welcome back. Wrapping things up here. Hope you're watching the live feed this morning. Whoa. Yeah, we cover all kinds of topics. I want to throw a big shout out to my good friend, Robbie Hunsecker. Listen, I'm going to give you guys a website here to check out. If you're like me, I don't like people taking my stuff. And the one problem you have with locks in the saltwater environment is that at some point, you usually have to end up cutting them off because they're not waterproof. They're not corrosion proof. Elite Lock, ultimate waterproof lock from Secure Outdoors. I just had one put on my 26 Contender Bay yesterday for my Power Pole Move. He actually has designed locks for your electronics. You know, the couplers that go on there.
Yeah.
for your electronics, for your power poles, all kinds of different things. These things are really, really wicked. Check them out, secureoutdoorsusa.com. Robbie Hunsaker, he's super good people. Just check him out. Company's just getting kind of rolling. Well, this product's just getting rolling. Elite Lock, it's called. Ultimate Waterproof Lock. If you leave your boat on a lift, they've got different locks for Minn Kotas, for power pole moves, all that stuff. The guy's an absolute wizard when it comes to building things. Was having trouble with the locks on his boat. He's a tournament red fisherman, a very good tournament red fisherman.
The biggest thing about locks in a saltwater environment is that they last a while, right? You can get a decent lock that's going to last a while, but they rust. And then as they rust, they drip. And that ruins gel coat.
Well, and part of the problem, too, is when they rust, then you can't get them open and get that product off your boat when you want to without cutting it. Now you're back buying another lock. This thing here, it's all sealed inside. It's unbelievable. I was blown away when I saw it yesterday. I was blown away. You got to check it out. Elite Lock, Ultimate Waterproof Lock, secureoutdoorsusa.com. Putting a plug out there for my boys. I have a Power Pucks on my boat. I've told you about this. The world's first power-supplied trolling motor quick release bracket. Eliminates the need for exterior power plug, snag lines, all that stuff. It's a great product. PWRPUX.com. You need to check them out. They're awesome. Works really good with that.
So question.
Yes.
You have a quick release bracket, but then you put a lock on it?
You can't take that. You can't get to the bolts on the bracket.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I got you, dude. Trust me.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
This is freaking awesome. Like, I just went down the rabbit hole. I'm like, this is awesome.
Cool lock.
Yeah, it's a cool lock.
That's awesome.
It's snazzy. Travis Thompson, we appreciate you. Hey, listen, dude, seriously, good to spend some time with you, bro.
Yeah, same, man. Thank
from
you
an
for having me.
outdoorsman, the amount of effort and time you've put in, all of us need to thank you. I really appreciate the work you've done, dude. People need to be loving up on some Captain Travis Thompson. It's
people
in
think
your
I
heart.
go to a lot of meetings.
I appreciate it, man.
Travis goes to way more than I do.
Yeah, it's impressive, bro. It's seriously impressive. We really appreciate you being a friend of the show. It's been great getting to know you. I'm blown away by your amount of effort and passion for this stuff. It's good stuff, man.
Thanks so much. You guys vote yes on too.
Vote yes on too.
Tell everybody you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Go, Brandon.
And then tomorrow morning, 7 to 9, we got Real Animals Sunday on WDAE. Tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m., we'll have the Old Salt folks on the Hubbard's Marina live stream show, Off the Hook with Captain Hubbard. Catch it live tomorrow night, 7:30, on the Real Animals and Hubbard's Marina Facebook.
Derek DeBose, you're the man on the other side. We appreciate you. Remember to visit ReeseWindows.com. Absolutely the best in the business. 50 years doing hurricane windows. I know a lot of people need new windows, myself included. I will be dealing with Reese, as you should as well. ReeseWindows.com. Tight lines, everybody. Have a great day. We're out.
This program was paid for by Real Animals Fishing. News Radio 970.
Really good show, and then we had that.
Dude, when I sit down to people and I talk to them about that, I'm like, they're like, so like, what do you mean? And I'm like, this is a real conversation. I've like sat in 4-hour meetings over bear birth control before.
So the fact that we know so much about bear birth control leads to believe like this is a number one option if they can't open a bear hunting season.
It is a thing that is discussed.
That's crazy.
Insane.
It is a thing that is discussed.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being a part of the Real Animals Saturday fun. Hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget to vote yes on 2. Tell all your friends. We'll see you next week for another episode. Remember, tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m., chance to win $1,500 in free trips. Talk about King of the Beach and all things hurricane relief as well. Old Salts is doing a big hurricane relief thing. November 23rd, remember, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Fishing for Hope. We hope to see you there.
Come see us.
And see you next week. Don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy.
Too darn busy.